Yo, what's going on, guys? Krusty here, and I'm back with another video. Today, in this specific video, we're going to be talking about what I'm looking for and anticipating for the week coming. Right now, we just ended off the week of November 8th, and now we are looking into the week of November 15th. So I'm going to be breaking down what I'm looking for the entire week coming and what I should be expecting. But aside from that, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe down below so that you guys can see a lot more future videos just like this one alone, and so you guys can see a lot more of my weekly analysis, how to trade, specific setups, certain things like that. And aside from that, if this video did help you out in any way, shape, or form, leave a like and blow the fuck up out the comments. It'll definitely help me out a lot to boost this video out to other individuals that really need this type of content and would like to look for it, and obviously just help them improve as a trader in any way, shape, or form. But anyways, with all of that being said and done, let's look at these setups that I'm looking for the entire week. I personally only like to trade these specific pairs that I have drawn down, so let's just go ahead and start from top to bottom, and we're going to start off with gold and what it's personally doing right now. Looking into the bigger time frames, I always like starting off my analysis from top down time frames, right? Looking into our monthly time frame, you can tell clear as day that we are bullish and we are in some sort of a break and retest pattern over here. You can draw out a zone right here of resistance. You could draw out another zone right up here. I'm gonna just draw out a level right around that general area, which is why I have this specific level of the weekly there. If you dial down into the lower time frames, it's gonna line up as a weekly as well. So we got our levels for our monthly. We've already identified that we are bullish, and it looks like we're forming some sort of a flag pattern right here around this general area. And our monthly doesn't close until another 17 days, but it looks very, very, very bullish as of now. Now, scaling in onto our weekly time frame, you can see right here, clear as day, that we're in some sort of a consolidation phase right around this general area right here. We didn't quite decide where we wanted to go until we basically got up to this point right here. And looking at where price is at now, we did break out of our weekly resistance and support level right around here, right? You got some sort of support, resistance, and then we got the breakout right here full of momentum. You got basically no wick to the top side on this specific candlestick. Looking back on our next weekly, we basically have just a little bit of wick up to this upside. But one thing that I want to wait and anticipate for is, since we did get a break in structure and we are continuing bullish, is I want to see price come back and retrace our weekly level to hold previous support now as resistance. And let me get rid of these lines down here just because of the fact that price is all the way up at the top now, and those aren't going to really be too relevant as of now. So looking at where price is at, like I said, we are very much so bullish now and confirmed that this specific level has been broken. And aside from that, like I said, all I'm waiting for is for some sort of retracement to then continue along with the pair. Maybe there could be some short-term sellers market up here, and we can try to anticipate the sells, like I said, on the lower time frames with the break and structure, and then sell it back down to this specific area. But looking into the bigger picture, like I said, I am looking bullish on our weekly. If we were to come down and retrace back to this general area, I could either draw out my fib from right here with this level of area right there, or looking into the lower time frames, this would be a retracement zone right here. We'd line up perfectly with the 38% extension tool if we were to look into our daily. You can see right here, clear as day. You can see the impulse leg right here after this specific structural leg has been broken down. You can tell higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, then higher high. So like I said, now I'm anticipating the retracement back to retest previous resistance to act as support, to then target these specific highs right here, and then potentially these highs right around this general area, targeting overall around 1900, right? And like I said, we basically line up with our fib perfectly right around that 38% extension right on our weekly levels. So more so, I'm expecting sell-offs for the entire week, and then coming for the week after, we could see that bullish run. So scaling in, you could see even continuing on with the trend, we get some sort of a strong bullish close, and we closed above that specific structural level. So now that we're anticipating that we are bullish and we want to continue for buys after the retracement. If price were to break this specific zone right here and we have that much momentum, I'm going to wait for price to break above, come back down, retest previous resistance as a support to then take it back up to whatever high that it created. So let's just say price were to break out right here and then come back down and retest previous levels of resistance. I'd want to target this high right here and then potentially 1900 right around that general area. I did take a long position right here and I did get stopped out But I took these long positions and I caught these moves about a 1 to 6 and about a 1 to 4. So making this loss of a 1% really wasn't much of a big deal. But the entire goal was, or the entire thing of it was that price obviously went in the direction that I wanted to. And that's all I really care about. So now that we got this out the way and we got gold out the way, if I were to go short, one thing I'm gonna wait for is for some sort of a break in structure within these lower time frames right here. And I want to wait for my SMAs to cross. So ideally, if I want to sell, I want to see a break right around this general area with momentum. And aside from that, my SMAs would have already crossed already. I want to see a break, a retest, previous resistance, 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 to then act as a resistance, to then continue up to this level, and then potentially all the way down to our weekly level, which would not only just tap our, which would not only tap our 38% extension, but it also tap our downtrending trend line of resistance, which you can tell right here. You get the, let me see, get back into the bigger picture of things. You can see the resistance, and now we got the break. So it retests our weekly, it retests our resistance, it retests our 38% extension. So there's a lot of confluence, and not only that, it retests our break and retest level right there. So gold, looking for sells short term, unless we get the break, then I'll continue to buy. And that's the entire overall goal for gold. Now, let's scale in onto GA and give a little bit of a quick rundown. Right now in GA, we were in a little bit of consolidation phase right here. And as you can tell, we broke past our key level right here, our quarter level of 1.85 thousand. And now we've been kind of, like I said, ranging, but we did get our break and our trend line into the lower time frames. As you can tell right here, you get a bounce, you get a bounce, and you get a bounce. And then you see some sort of a shift in structure right around here. You get a double top. So the next thing that I'm anticipating is, since we got our break, I'm going to wait for a retest of this previous level of support. And not only that, but it also retests our neckline of our actual double top. It also retests this specific trend line, and it will also retest, if I were to draw out my fib, swing high, swing low, right around my 50% extension to potentially target my 27, my 61, which would target this, and overall target would be all the way down here of 1.81400. So overall, I'm waiting for a retracement back up to this level of about 83,200 to then continue on short, just because of the fact that there is a lot of sellers momentum in here. I'm already biased for sells on GA. So we're looking for short-term sells on gold, unless we get the breakout. We're looking for sells on GA after retracement and confirmation. And now let's lead up into AJ and then GJ. So looking into AJ, I caught these longs right here within my Learn and Earn group that I have linked down below in the description if you guys are interested in that as well. If not, I do have a free Discord group that I did break down saying that I wanted to go long on this specific pair. So looking into this and into the bigger time frames, we are overall in a bullish market. And alongside with that, if I were to draw out a specific support zone right here, we are at a critical level of support. As you can tell, support, a little bit of resistance, support, a little bit of scatteredness, and then now it's acting as some sort of a support. And our daily did close engulfing and did eat up the body. Not completely the entire wick, but we did somewhat engulf just majority of that candlestick. Looking back into this 4-hour candlestick, we did get a momentum candlestick. So I want to wait for some sort of a retracement within this specific pair as well. If I were to look into the lower time frames, this would be some sort of a resistance right there. I want price to come back down to that specific area, hold it as a support. Like I said, I like to do a lot of break and retest patterns. So you can see boom, boom, higher high, higher low, because we closed above the body of these, higher high, to come back down, retest previous resistance to act as support, to then continue up to target this specific level, this level, and then continue on and possibly even catch a reversal within these lower time frames, because we are clear as day within a downtrending market structure. So we are waiting for some sort of a retracement here. Not only that, but it also line up with my fib. Let's draw out a swing high to swing low. We'd line up right around that 50%, that 38% extension. And like I said, to target up to these potential highs as well. Now let's look into GJ. So now looking into GJ, it has been a little bit choppy. I did also call this signal out in my Telegram room, and we caught about a 1 to 4. So we made about 7% to end off the week, which is really good. But now looking into this overall structure, GJ is pretty choppy. Nonetheless, I'm really just going to be waiting for some sort of a break within this general resistance area right here. And also it break our specific trend line to then wait for a retest to then continue on with the trend. And if price does not want to give me this specific break in structure just like this, I want to wait for price to, like you can see right here, clear as day, we're in some sort of a wedging downtrending structure right here, creating lows, lower high, and I'm gonna wait for some sort of a break within this specific general area of support and resistance, and basically just wait for the retest just like any other pair. So I'm gonna wait for the break, retest previous support, acting as a resistance to then target to this level, and then so on and so forth, right? So that's overall my entire market outlook and what I'm waiting for the entire week. I'm not really interested on any other pairs that I'm looking for right now. Aside from GU, this is probably the only other pair that I really just remembered about right now because of the fact that I was looking at it earlier and I saw some sort of an inverted head and shoulders. As you can tell right here, one thing I'd really just like to wait for is for price to break above this specific support level right there to then retest it and then continue on with potentially this new uptrend. You can see right here, we got some sort of a left shoulder. We got the head right here. We got the right shoulder. So literally just a break, a retest to then continuation to potentially this level, and then overall we would target this level right here and then this one right here, which would more or less complete the entire leg of the inverted head and shoulders. But aside from that, that's basically all I'm looking for. Hopefully this breakdown did make any sense, and if you guys have any questions at all, please do not be scared to DM me on Instagram. I also have that link down below. If you guys are not in our free Discord room, I drop analysis just like this one in there as well. If you're interested on the Learn and Earn, I also have that link down below. All of the things are down below in the description. But aside from that, like I said, if this video did help you out in any way, shape, or form, please be sure to leave a like so that way I know I need to keep pushing more content out like this because I really love helping you guys out. Aside from that, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and blow the fuck up out the comments so that we can boost this video out to a lot more individuals out there in the trading community. Now, with that being said, hope you guys have an amazing rest of your weekend, week, whenever you're watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next breakdown. Peace.